What's going on?
Who was it? Who gave you the weapon and paid you to use it?
I don't know.
Miles, you can't lie to me.
I'm not lying. I swear to God, sir, I'm not lying. He never told me his name. We talked on disposable cell phones. I never saw his face. I couldn't tell you who he was if my life depended on it.
But look, with what you were saying, some of the stuff you said as far as like the translations, I already mentioned it, and dealing with the science of Yakub, showing that the white man came from us. We dealt with that science, and we all agree to that. So with everything that you're saying, I don't want to take nothing you said out of context. So I'm asking, are you saying that Yakub was this real one man that walked around and had 59,999 followers that went to the island of Patmos, and that's how the devil was birthed?
Yes, I'm saying that, and I do not say it with an apology. I say it with a command. I say it because it's the truth. Because I studied day science too in school. You understand? By me studying day science, they brought me to that too. You understand? Pilon, you understand, is Patmos, and Patmos, you understand, is in Europe. Because it's a place that is dead, isolated, and when you take anything that is dominant and put it in a cold factor, what happens? It gets lighter. That's the recessiveness that exists within inside of that. So I know I wasn't there physically, but this knowledge was passed on from generation to generation.
What the question comes back to is Yakub being this one man. That's what we're saying. We don't bear witness to. Our lesson
tells us, right? Or our nation teaches that Yakub was not only man, but man himself.
Well, that's what it is, but that,
do you know what that means? Do you know what that
means? That's the principle. Hold on. You're born. This is original author, God. So that goes back to the point.
I'm asking the question. Do you know what that means? When it said that Yakub was not only man, but yet man himself.
Yeah, God. It means that Yakub is the principle of the black man, God. So when that degree stated that, God, all that's saying is that's the original man, God. So it goes into the science of what the God was asking you. Are you saying that Yakub was a singularity man, a singular man, or was he the principle of the black man himself? Because we can show and prove. Hold on, boy. We can show and prove that the black man brought forth the devil, God. We can show and prove that. But can we go inside history and show and prove that there's one being, was one man brought forth the devil? There's one man. Can we go in history, God? Because we dealing with the Bible. You know what I'm trying to say? When we deal with the Bible, we can show and prove certain things, but we don't use the Bible as to say, well, this is a scientific fact, God. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't say the Bible is a scientific book,
where you're coming from. Check this out, right? It teaches us in our lesson that the Holy Quran or Bible is the original history of the black man. So the lessons, what we come in with, is from a pure black thought to show you that from our perspective of how the human families of the earth came about.
But God, it tells us in the knowledge degree, God. It tells us in the knowledge degree who wrote the book, God.
I'm speaking to anybody that have not studied and found out for themselves. You understand? All this knowledge that we got today, you understand, was passed down from generation to generation. You understand? All this scientists wasn't there physically. So if they wasn't there physically, you understand, we couldn't say, but we take the word of God. Because God was there, the black man was there. He passed that history on to us. And in order for us to be able to prove if it's right and exact, only thing we have to do is look within nature. That's how we know.
Peace. We see that in nature, God. We know that the devil came from the black man. And as you were saying that you went to that university, guess what I did too, and I actually worked for a college. So studying science, biology, genetics, eugenics, or anything like that, that doesn't sway what we're saying. Everything you said, I know about. When you're talking about geography, when you're talking about the island of Pilon, the island of Patmos, there's nothing in the historical documents, if you study the island of Patmos, that show there was a man there named Yakub with 59,999 people. There was who you going to get the information from? You could check the encyclopedia. You could check the government website.
Told you.
There's no evidence for that.
Can you find the name John on the island of Pilon?
But see, that's once again, God. But see, this is the point, yo. Born, this is the point. Born, this is the point that we're trying to make, God. See,
so I'm saying,
I'm a scientist.
Yeah, cool. It was a physical thing.
Hold on, listen. He said, no, God, listen. He's saying, like, have you prove that Yakub was a man? Like, you could say,
put like the Martin King. I wasn't around when Martin King was alive. I wasn't gonna be around when he was alive. Where you could show and prove that Martin King existed was a physical man. So they asking a question: how can you prove that Yakub was an individual man? Period. Because you can't go to the Bible, God. You can't use the Bible and say John is Yakub. Peace. John translates to Yakub. That's peace, God. But that still doesn't show and prove, God. That doesn't show and prove, God. That's what we're trying to say.
So what I'm telling you, if that was written in stone way before we came into existence, and they told you there was a man that was born by the name of Yakub, you understand, that had the determined idea to make devil, and now you see devil here. How can you say that that's wrong?
God, we're not saying that the principle, God, we're not saying that the principle. See, God, when I talk Yakub, when you say determined idea, I just see that the determined idea of the black man. I'm not giving him no individual cipher, God. So
I'm giving him an individual and a collective cipher because it's a reality. I see his product.
Okay, God. Once
again, that's how I know he existed.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. You're not getting the gist of what I'm saying. He's trying to prove that man was a man. Was he like you were saying? It's the principle. We saying was it a man? Did that man walk on the earth? Was he really one man take 59,000 people?
It took him to the Isle of Pilar in Patmos. Look on the map. It's there.
What's your reference? What's your reference, though, God? What's your reference? That's what I'm asking next for.
It's there.
What's your reference? Outside of Elijah's wisdom, what's your reference?
What's my reference? The truth. Reality.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Truth, reality.
Let me say this.
God. That's my reference.
Listen, what you're doing is exactly what religious people do when they talk about the mystery God. They'll say, look at the trees, look at the sun. So the mystery God had to exist. You saying that just because the devil exists,
that's because
that's one singular man.
Because that's the mind plane that you was on. In order for anybody to exist, God, they have to have a biological, physical composition, God. Just as when you have a name, that name comes from a word. They equate words with living people.
God, we understand that, but you're not doing
just like when they speak, you understand, about anything. Yes, I told you deal with the etymology of the word. If you deal with the etymology of the language that you're dealing with, it takes you from the word, and the word also relates it to a person. That's what that do.
God, I understand etymology. You're not saying nothing that I don't get.
I'm not trying to say anything that you don't get. I'm trying to say something that you understand. You understand that we're bringing forth for understanding, which is equality. You understand, in both of us, so we can see eye to eye. I'm not just trying to be right. I'm showing you the signs, dog.
Okay. Do you have any historical evidence of this one man named Yakub? Any historical evidence? Not telling me because the devil exists here. Now, we know the devil came from the black man through grafting and separating. We know that. We're saying, was there one man walking around picking 59,999 people to do the scheme he had to make the devil? We're saying there's no evidence of that. You can't go to no geographical location and dig up any evidence of that. We know Yakub exists in the sense of the black man that grafted the devil outside of himself. The devil come from us. Yes, that's Yakubian. That's uprooting. That's subplanting. That's the natural and the social science. We get that. But we're talking about where is the hardcore evidence of this one man with 59,999 people that left Mecca, either being exiled or leaving on their own. It'll be some historical records of that. That's too many damn people for no historical record to be shown for that. 100 people can't leave from a city with the same idea and it not be news to people.
You know something that I learned? Huh? That once I do the knowledge, man, right? The knowledge is for the purpose of being able to bring forth an awareness, and that awareness is consciousness. You understand?
Of the reservation are outraged over what they are calling a gross violation of their territorial sovereignty. Human Coalition leader, the Prophet, responded to the incident in a statement made earlier today.
They've attacked us, declared war on our way of life, and left us with one option: revolution. We did not throw the first stone, but